Hello everyone, welcome back on the channel. Today we bring a very important interesting topic video to you, and that is the arbitration clause. The arbitration clause, it happens in every contract because it deals with the matter of the dispute resolution under a contract. So in almost every contract you will find it. So in this video you will have learning about what is the arbitration, what are its characteristics, which institutes are there which deal with the arbitration in India and abroad, and I think everything which you are supposed to know you will get an idea in this video. So let's start. This video is regarding the arbitration clause in procurement contract. In every contract, either it is a procurement contract or other contract, there are always provision of arbitration clause because it is a very important clause and it deals with the dispute redressal mechanism in the contract. In case the contract is executed as per the terms and condition of the contract, then there is no problem and no use of this arbitration clause will come in question. But there may be certain instances when the dispute arisen under the contract. So if it is arisen, how to deal with those dispute? So this all is written or provisioned in the arbitration clause. So it becomes a very important clause in every contract, and whatever the officer who are drafting this clause, either from buyer or seller side, they should draft it very carefully so that in future the dispute redressal mechanism will be very smooth. In India, there is a act named Indian Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996. It is amended time to time. So in this video, you will have a comprehensive overview of the government and public sector procurement, and especially regarding the arbitration clause in those contracts. What is arbitration clause in procurement? The Indian Contract Act is a main act which deals with the different element of a contract, but it does not have any arbitration clause specifically. There are certain dispute redressal mechanism are there, but as regard the arbitration clause, there is no arbitration clause mentioned in the Indian Contract Act. Indian Contract Act governs the general principle of contract, such as the formation of contract, validity of contract, performance, breach, and remedies to both of the parties under the contract. Arbitration is a specialized mechanism for dispute resolution and it is governed by a separate law. When the Indian Contract Act was there, so the arbitration clause was not there, but it was existing in a different way, like remedies available to the parties. But later on, this arbitration clause is introduced and a separate law is made for that. In India, its name is Indian Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996, which is amended multiple times, and latest is 2021. An introduction. In arbitration, both parties are there, a buyer and a seller, and they go to a arbitrator. It is a neutral party, and it decides the disputes and gives his award. So arbitration clause is a contractual provision for resolving dispute via arbitration, and it exists in every contract. It avoids litigation in courts and ensure faster private dispute resolution. Generally the delays happen in court while addressing the dispute or starting and closing of the case. So the arbitration clause provide a faster dispute resolution mechanism, and that is private also. And as I told earlier, it is governed by the Indian Arbitration and Conciliation Act amended. What are the purpose of this arbitration clause? The main purpose of the arbitration clause, as I told, is the dispute resolution. Efficient resolution of the contract related dispute is the main purpose of the arbitration clause. Preserves business relationship. Under the dispute, The business relationship should not harm, so it preserve both of them, because it is very hard to get a good relationship in a contract, in a business. Once you get a good client and you don't want to lose that client, because developing a new client is always a very difficult task. So this arbitration clause, it provides a win-win situation or a equal platform to both of the parties, and they maintain good business relationships. That is also required for continuity of business. It reduces the court burden also and litigation cost also. And the arbitrator is neutral and expert in dispute resolution. So both party they appoint arbitrator, and arbitrator, after hearing the case, they take a decision or award. There are some key elements of this arbitration clause. A successful arbitration clause have some key elements like triggering condition for arbitration. Means in a contract, when the arbitration clause will be active, so there should be a dispute. Some triggering condition should be there, that a dispute will start from this stage. If there is no triggering condition, no dispute will be there and no arbitration clause will be there. So a triggering condition for dispute should be there in arbitration. And arbitrator can be one or three. There are different situations. In certain cases, it can be a single arbitrator, sole arbitrator, or in some specific situations, there are three arbitrators. If you wish that I should make detailed video on that, solo or multiple arbitrator, then please mention in comment box. What are the methods of appointment of arbitrator? It is also mentioned in the element arbitration clause, and it is a key element how the arbitrator will be appointed. So everything is very clear in that. What will be the language, what will be the venue, and what will be the governing law in the arbitration. So this all thing is mentioned in the arbitration clause. Ad hoc versus institutional arbitration is also mentioned. I will provide details what is this ad hoc versus institutional arbitration in coming slides. So these are some of the key elements of arbitration clause. Here you will see what is the legal framework in India regarding arbitration. One is the Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996. It is amended time to time. Section 7 is there, that is arbitration agreement. Section 11 is there, which is regarding the appointment of arbitrators. Section 34 is there, which is regarding setting aside an award. Section 8 and 9 are there, interim relief and court support. Arbitration in government procurement. Arbitration clause included in standard government contracts. What are the government contracts? Some model tender clauses are there or model tender document are there. So arbitration clause is always part in those contracts. So it is a standard condition. Regarding the CPWD, PSU, Ministry of Commerce, some model tender documents are there, different tender documents are there, and differently this arbitration clause is projected in those government procurement. The arbitration clause must comply with GFR 2017 and procurement guidelines of your department or your manual. So it should be in line with that when you are dealing with the government procurement. So while drafting a arbitration clause, so be careful, and it should be complying your department's policy and the GFR in case you are dealing in government procurement. Appointment by departmental head may be disqualified due to bias. In certain cases, it is mentioned that who will appoint the arbitrator. So generally, the department says that we will appoint the arbitrator, but sometimes there are some seller, they are not agreeing to this because they feel that there may be some bias in the appointment of arbitrator by the single party. So make clear this clause also while drafting the arbitration clause. What is the role of High Court under Section 11 of Indian Arbitration Act? High Court can appoint arbitrator if contract procedure fail. Override contractual method if party fails to appoint. Supreme Court ruling uphold neutrality. So High Court can also appoint a arbitrator in case either of the party in the contract fail to appoint an arbitrator. So they can within 30 days, one party can approach to the court, High Court. So the High Court can appoint an arbitrator, and the arbitrator appointed by the High Court cannot be challenged by the either party. So before going to High Court, it is always advisable to appoint the arbitrator in your mutual consultation by both of the party. And Supreme Court ruling are always upheld because Supreme Court is a higher court, and Supreme Court also says that the arbitration should be by a neutral party. So this is the role of High Court. What are some advantages and limitations of arbitration? In arbitration, there are many advantages: speedy, cost effectiveness, privacy, limited appeals. So many advantages are there. It is very faster, confidential, expert driven. So as compared to the court, so in arbitration the proceedings are very fast, and they do in a confidential way without much disclosing the business secrets or business discussions in the public. So it happen in confidential, and the experts are there, so they do this arbitration, and those are neutral arbitrator. Final and binding award. Whatever the award or order is given by the arbitrator, it is a final and binding on both of the parties. And in some cases, there are some limitations also. So one party can approach to the court. Some limited court interference are always are available. Limitations. It is costly in some cases because some big arbitrator they charge big money, and sometime it may delay. Generally, it doesn't happen as compared to the court, but sometimes it may delay. Bias in ad hoc appointments. In case of one party mentioned that I will appoint the arbitrator in case of a dispute, so there may be some ad hoc appointment between the parties, and there may be chances of biasness by the appointed arbitrator. So this is the limitations. So just have a look on this. You will have an idea of advantage and disadvantage in the arbitration. Some best practices are there by the passing of time. Arbitration have taken place in different places, and some good practices are being established. One is use neutral and mutually agreed procedure. Both the parties should agree on a mutually agreed procedure, and you can say it is a contractual terms and condition. And when you choosing the arbitrator, it should be a neutral person. Include detailed clauses with seat, language, and law. When you are framing a arbitration clause, you should clearly mention where the arbitration will be heard, in which city, which institution, what will be the language, and what will be the governing law. Prefer institutional arbitration in complex contract. When big or complex or long duration contract are there, so it is always better to choose the institutional arbitration in case of ad hoc arbitration. Ensure time bound dispute resolution, and also mention that some time limit should be there for resolution of the dispute. What is the arbitration framework exit in India? I will try to show you here in this slide. And what is the international arbitration institutions? So you will have an idea. So let's see first the Indian framework. There is one Indian Council of Arbitration. It is a non-profit organization established in 1965 by the government of India and some major business organizations. It promotes the amicable settlement of commercial disputes through arbitrations. So it is important organization. Next is International Center for Alternative Dispute Resolution, ICADR. Its office is in Delhi, Hyderabad and Bangalore, and its focus is on promoting alternative dispute resolution mechanism, including arbitration also. Just have a look on this. Next is Mumbai Center for International Arbitration, MCIA. It is a non-profit center established by the government of Maharashtra. So it also deal with the arbitration process in India. Next is Delhi International Arbitration Center, DIAC, located in New Delhi, and it provides arbitration service and facilities for resolving disputes. Indian Dispute Resolution Center, IDRC. It is also in New Delhi and focus on dispute resolution, including arbitration. Construction Industry Arbitration Council. This specifically deal with the construction related cases or in the construction related parties for arbitration. It is also in New Delhi and it is specialized in construction related cases of disputes and arbitration. There are certain international arbitration institutions also. So just have a look here. One is the International Chamber of Commerce or the ICC and International Court of Arbitration. These are the leading institutions based in Paris, known for its comprehensive arbitration rules. So these are very popular institutes in the world which deal with the arbitration. Next is London Court of International Arbitration, LCIA. It is in London and it is another prominent institution with its own rules. Next is International Center for Dispute Resolution, ICDR, and it is related to United States of America and it is a division of American Arbitration Association. For Asia Pacific region related to India, the International Arbitration Center of Singapore, or you can say SIAC, Singapore International Arbitration Center, is there. It deals with the disputes which are arisen in the contracts related to foreign trade or the parties uh, across countries. So for Asian Pacific region, the Singapore based International Arbitration Center is the main center. So whatever case will be, so will be heard in this. It is a key institution. Other is Hong Kong International Arbitration Center, HKIAC. It is in Hong Kong. Next is International Center for Settlement of Investment Disputes. It is specifically dealing with the investment related disputes. And what type of arbitrations are there? There are two type of arbitration. One is institutional arbitration and other is the ad hoc arbitration. So under institutional arbitration, you hire the services of a particular institutes, and under the ad hoc arbitration, the both parties are agree and parties conduct the arbitration themselves without the involvement of any institution, often using an arbitrator chosen by them, following the procedure they agreed upon. But in the institutional arbitration, the parties opt to have their dispute resolved under the rules and procedure of a specific arbitration institution. So, like I told you that if you are in India, so if any dispute is there in a foreign contract, so you have to go to the Singapore Arbitration International Center in Singapore. So what is the conclusion? That while drafting the arbitration clause, so you must understand that arbitration is very essential and effective contract dispute management. So draft it very carefully, make every point clear. High Court appoints under Section 11 is final if party defaults. If the parties under the dispute are failed to appoint the arbitrator, so High Court appoints and it is binding on them. Follow neutrality, clarity and legal compliance in procurement contract. So while drafting the clause, just see that arbitrator is neutral, clause is clear, and just arrive at a common legal agreed documents or compliance in the contract. So I hope by this you get a good idea that what is the arbitration clause in the contract, what is the mechanism available in India and abroad, what are the key elements, and I hope you got a good learning about this.